My ladies and pretty gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Look What Is Happening in the Spirit Realm with yours truly, Light. Today I'm getting multiple messages, but I'm going to stick to one. The energy I'm getting is you, collective. You have been playing around in people's secrets. Like, you may not have noticed it, but the parts of people's lives that they have taken so seriously, the part of your lineage perhaps, or your friend group that has maintained secrecy, has maintained this energy of passing on secrets, you have been on a roll, trampling on these secrets, kind of walking around and consuming things that these people felt like would be harmful, or these people had prepared for you to be harmed by. I have a message today regarding somebody who is taking on the role that was planned for you. That's the message I'm getting. And this person, Spirit is saying they did this to themselves. Like, this is someone who has an opportunity to let go of the competition, the animosity towards you. They have had callings to understand that they are not an exception to this person or to these people. They are not an exception. That they're only going to understand this reality that you've been living in when they get to actually participate in it in the negative aspect. This is someone who could be a sibling or a friend. Whoever this person is, you are going to soon receive a message, perhaps even an invitation, because this energy is about to get married. This is someone who is going to be either entering a new phase in their chapter, or they're about to get married. And the person whom they're getting into a relationship with, in their eyes, this person is a prize. Like, they see them like they can't do any wrong. And the part that's so weird to me is the fact that the people around this energy, this could be a friend or a partner or a sibling of yours, the people around them that they were hanging out with, the reason why they even bonded with these people was because there was a plan to set you in that path, the path where you either reconcile with a lover, or the path where they were trying to subtly push you away from people that were of service to you, people that were loving towards you, whether either going behind your back or giving you false advice or hurting you in some way. That is the reason why this person has a bond with these families or with these friend groups to begin with. And what's interesting here is what was meant for you, hence this ritual, this ceremony, which is translating in their world as a wedding or as a marriage of some sort. This could even be a business partner, but it's translating in their world as such because that was the ritual that was meant for you. That was the ritual that was being orchestrated behind your back. And this person doesn't readily recognize it as a backfire. That's what I'm getting. And they may not be the key aspect, the key player, but they were used in a very evil way by people who genuinely, actively wanted negative things for you. But this person is going to come across this energy, and this person that they're marrying, they are a shark. Like, either they're a shark in terms of like business, where they're dealing with investments, they're dealing with real estate, something very like cut and dry, something definitely corporate related. And one thing that I'm getting is, as this person shows up into the family, this person's partner, life partner, people are going to know that they are sick. Like, people are going to know that this person is a negative influence. But the sickest part is that they're not going to tell this person, your sibling or this friend of yours, they're not going to tell them. They're going to gaslight them like they've been gaslighting you. They're going to, and I'm getting like this person being very infantile. I don't know if they're younger than you or if they are like spiritually like stunted. Like, there's something about this person that's spiritually stunted. Like, they haven't grown past, when we were kids and we would play with like Barbie dolls or sports cars, like they haven't grown past that stage. And they're marrying into somebody where the family supports them. Like the family around them, the friend groups around them support them in a very subtle way. They're not disagreeing with it, but they're not in support of it. They're just allowing it to happen. And this could be for financial reasons, where because if this person is successful, they're bringing in a lot of money and a lot of resources into the family. So the family's kind of like selling this person to the wolves, like feeding them to the enemy in a way. And they don't care. And unlike you, this person doesn't recognize it. They don't see behind the veil. You're going to get an invitation, and for some of you, this could be an invitation coming from a place that you have closed a chapter of. Like you have not spoken to these people, you have perhaps burned bridges with these people, but this is going to be like the focus isn't on you in particular. Like there are people in the group, in the family, that know exactly why this sibling or friend of yours is getting married. They know exactly why this sibling is receiving this blessing, because they have been trying to spiritually gift this person, this sibling, from something of yours. Like I'm getting that. They've been trying to either spiritually put them at odds with you, or they've been trying to give them something that isn't theirs and kind of benefit from you. For some reason, this group has spiritually benefited from you, meaning your presence in this family or in this group has gotten them a lot of prosperity. And your absence, they've been fighting to maintain that. And so this sibling, this person being married into a family, which I'm going to disclose exactly what happens because I got the whole like digest for some reason. They're taking on the burden that you should have. And the reason why is because they want it to be you. I'm just going to leave that here for a second. They want it to be you, and they're getting the role that was meant for you, which in that perspective, in that environment, was a sacrificial role. And they didn't see that. This sibling of yours, this friend of yours, didn't see that. And when they get involved with this person, you're the only one who's going to see them. Immediately, you're going to recognize the pattern of this person. But it goes deeper. Whoever this energy is, they are going to, I'm talking about the partner that this person is bringing home. They're going to have a business trip of some sort. And this could be like foreigners coming in and they're making a deal, like a major deal. And their coworkers or their teammates find out that this shark, this businessman, this businesswoman was duplicitous, that they were bagging something, that they were making deals, closing cases behind their back that were strictly at their disadvantage. And when that happens, one of this person's teammates in this work environment is going to throw them under the bus, meaning they are going to either do something that is out of anger, or they're going to pretty much close their business with them. They're going to close their business with them. But what I saw is this person passing away. That's what I saw. Like this person taking a major fall, like whether it is in debt or in an actual, like physically, it could even be illness. Like they're just going to fall. And as they do, whoever this friend or sibling of yours has already married them at that time. And this is like, I'm looking at this like chronologically, this is taking place in the further future. Like full digest, like I said, depending on where you are in the timeline, because this message is kind of timeless. Depending on where you are, you could be finding this message in the middle of the timeline, meaning this friend has already married and this is already taking place, or this is the end of that timeline. And based on what I'm going to say, you're going to know which timeline that you're in. But this person is going to end up taking on the burden. This friend of yours, sibling of yours, is going to be in debt to this person, to this shark. And you're going to see exactly what you escaped. That's what I'm going to say. Like you're going to see exactly what you escaped, and this friend, sibling of yours is going to see exactly how difficult your life has been. They're going to understand that you weren't favored by the friend group, by the parents, by the family. You weren't favored. You were being harvested. And they had been this person in your life that has had so much jealousy and animosity towards you. Like you had to make up something. Like you had to make it up to them by suffering, because they didn't get what you were given, when they didn't understand the reason why you were selected from the group, from the family, and you were taken on separate trips or you were taken on certain situations, was because these people were doing rituals on you to harvest your energy. They didn't get that. They didn't get that you, your star, your light, was making you a target to these people that don't have goodness in them. And you're going to understand, at least this person's going to understand later, they're not an exception. Because they thought that they weren't going to be abused. They thought that, number one, they didn't think you were being abused. I just want to say that. They didn't think that. They thought you were an abuser. They thought you were a spoiled brat that wanted what they wanted, took what they took, and dumped what they didn't. They thought that because their view of you is so skewed that their view of this partner of theirs, the obvious shark, and everybody's going to keep their mouth sealed. They're not going to tell them this is a shark because they're going to think, finally, we're going to have some kind of blessing coming into this family, into this friend group that we can siphon from. They're not going to tell them that. You are going to see this person, though, for what they are. And what's interesting here is that you may not be called to intervene. I didn't see you intervening. Like in this prophetic dream, I didn't see intervention taking place. I just saw this person, this sibling of yours, this friend of yours, even in that wedding, even in that ceremony, I saw them trying to outdo you. I saw them trying to push themselves and show you how much they have. You know, not knowing that you were there as a protective figure, as a figure that was like a kind of a witness of some sort. And you're going to see the attention is off of you. Like momentarily, this could be for years, the attention is going to be off of you because this family, this group is going to be feeding off of this person who wanted to feel like you, the center of the conversation, the center of the topic, the one that achieved. And they're going to get that. But this person, as they pass away or as they go into this debt, their husband or their wife, this is someone who's going to be covered in their blood, meaning they're going to be implicated in some way. I don't know how, whether it is like them having to deal with debt, a debt that this person kind of borrowed and now it's left on their spouse. Whatever it is, they're going to be left with a debt. And this is a warning for them. If this is you resonating as this person, it's a warning. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock as I looked up. It is a warning. Be careful. Because this person, their eyes are blinded. That's what I'm getting. This is a spiritually blinded person. They're infantile, like spiritually infantile. And they're going to walk into a relationship with an abuser. The same relationship that they wanted you to have with perhaps an abuser. If you left an abuser, this is someone who was working in the background with a family member or a friend or your surroundings to get you back into that situation, or they abused you on top of it. Like, this is the kind of energy I'm picking up on, and they're being warned that their future with this person is going to turn out not like they expected, because this is someone who has a karma to deal with. They have karma to deal with, meaning they don't understand who they are. They don't understand what it means to carry a light. They don't understand that. And because of that, they're not going to see who these people, this family is properly. And because they can't see that, they're going to marry into a person who resembles the figure in the family or in the friend group that is the head honcho, as I like to say it in this channel. One thing I want to finish this video with is, if you haven't, you will get an invitation. This could take place in a year or so, to some kind of ceremony. Again, I mentioned this. It was originally meant as a ritual to bind you, but it backfired to siblings or multiple siblings or friends. And this is the person that is at the center of it, because this is someone who has abused their access to you in some way. Like, they have specifically abused their access to you. And this is someone that I mentioned a while ago in the video, a rogue demon, something like that. It's been a month, I think. This is that same sibling or friend that is responsible for betraying you in a very specific way that Spirit has been bringing to the forefront, or a very specific way that Spirit had to sever the contact that you had with them. You're going to know if this message is for you. Like, these are the signs to look out for. You're going to be getting new opportunities. Your life path could be very different from this person. Like, this person you may have shared a specific path with them at one point, but it's like everything that this person attempted before you, like if they attempted, like, for instance, a job as a florist before you, they were preemptively trying to walk in your path. Like, I'm not trying to create paranoia. They were preemptively trying to walk in your path. So when you eventually get into that path and you become a florist and you succeed at it, they have a reason to be upset. But it's like they were programmed to be this follower of yours. And it's this family or this friend group that has elicited this reaction from them. They have been bullying them spiritually to making them look at you from an angle that's very skewed, from an angle that doesn't show your full perspective. It just shows versions of you that can be used to elicit insecurity and jealousy and envy in them. Do you know what I mean? And that was done on purpose. But when this backfired, when the ceremony backfired, it's leading straight to this person. They are the next in line to inherit the debt. And all of this is to protect those who are actually meant to receive the karma. But again, I hear that Spirit said this person did it to themselves because their hands are not clean. Their hands are not clean. And the debt they weren't able to pay to you, they're going to pay to this person. They're going to pay in the name of this person that they marry. And I'm hearing marry specifically. Like, it's some kind of marriage. Yeah, I hope this resonated. As usual, I don't reach out. Those are scammers. Everything you need to know is in the description box down below. God, am I like a robot? Like, I literally say this all the time in the same way. Check out the description. My book, Sad Girl. There's no way to say it. There's no new way to say it. If you want to support my channel, my merch is down below. Readings are closed, but membership readings are open, so you can join the collective readings for YouTube if you want tarot readings. Outside of that, this is a channel message. Take it how it resonates. Do not take all the message if it's not for you, as usual. Until next time, guys. Ciao.